I'm thinking that even now, the BP oil leak, see, I no longer call it an oil spill. A spill usually means it's something that you can pick up. Like if you spill grape juice on a kitchen floor, you can pick it up. Okay, it'll be gone in 30 seconds, a minute. Be a distant memory, except the kid that spilled it will probably be yelled at. But hey, that's the way life is. A spill can usually be picked up. This oil in the Gulf of Mexico is not going to be picked up for months, if not years. Today, a New York Times story mentioned how the media is still being blocked from certain events and sites by British Petroleum, BP. BP has been given too much credit. They have lied, they have fudged on almost anything and everything they've told us since this crisis began, since the explosion on the Gulf of that oil rig, April 20th. Recently, they've been saying 12,000 to 18,000, maybe 25,000 barrels of oil have been spilled. Recent stories that I saw last night from the United Kingdom's newspapers, online newspapers, have that figure underestimated, and it could be as high as 100,000 barrels a day. Now, let's say that leak is 100,000 barrels. If you have multiple leaks, which is also being ruminated amongst the media, and if you have leaks on the ocean floor 18,000 feet down, needless to say, we're talking about an epic disaster here, and I'm not trying to hype this or use hyperbole in any way, shape, or form. You can't even compare this to 9/11. This will be the equivalent of when the asteroids hit the Earth and killed off the dinosaurs back in ancient history many centuries ago. Now, the media usually has a way of dealing with businesses and companies like BP, or even, Joe's Pawn Shop down in Okeechobee, Florida, or whatever. I just make that up. If something is said about Joe's Pawn Shop, they will usually go to him and say, hey, you want to comment on this, or can we ask you some questions? And for my example, the pawn shop. Since BP has very little credibility as long as this story has been out, since April 20th, the media should probably do something. Now, this probably is something beyond anything you learn in journalism school, but they should give BP an ultimatum. Do something unprecedented, perhaps, in the history of the modern media. Quit blocking us, the media, from getting access to the story, or we'll basically boycott you, BP, from your own story. Now, again, this goes against conventional wisdom that you learned from journalism ever since you were in high school. You want BP to be part of the BP oil leak story. But they have been so dodgy. Maybe it's time the media just says, see ya. Now, will the media have the courage to do this? Probably not. All the corporate ownership of the media, you got Disney owning ABC, you got General Electric owning NBC, MSNBC Access, Time Warner owns CNN, Rupert Murdoch owns Fox News, Fox Business, Fox Network Channel. So I don't know if any of these media organizations are going to have the courage to stand up to BP and say, screw you, we're not paying any attention to you anymore. I doubt they have the courage. But damn it, somebody ought to try it. Please. That's all I got. Y'all have a good day.